Wild Faith, welcome in. Avery Rose, welcome in. Avery Rose and Wild Faith, I haven't seen you guys in a while. Welcome back. I haven't seen you guys in a while. Welcome back. Welcome in. We'll begin in a couple of minutes. We'll just wait for the room to get filled with 20 people or 10 minutes on the hour. Oh, it's your first time seeing the Valentine's Day setup? Oh, yeah. Then you haven't been with us in a bit. Sunday was the first day. Sunday was the first day. Took our Christmas tree stuff down yet on Sunday morning. Tanya, welcome in. Tanya, how are you feeling? How is the family? Any news on the car? What's going on? We'll begin in a couple of minutes. Welcome to those of you who are on YouTube. Today was a stressful day. Oh, was it, Avery Rose? What was going on? Today I was at a training, so I got to just sit and listen, which I love doing. I love just to sit and listen and let somebody else take charge. No updates on my car yet. Rider is good. Oh, good. Tanya, that's good to hear. I signed up for my first semester. Oh, did you, Avery Rose? Excellent. What classes are you taking? I know you said you were going to take a college course study class. You cannot go wrong with education. That's for sure. Welcome to those of you on YouTube. Say hello, please. Just getting the money back on the warranty from my car. Oh, okay. Are you going to get enough? Oh, and your extended warranty. Oh, good. I'm glad you got an extended warranty on that. It should still be recently new, too, because your car isn't that old. I remember when you got it. Welcome to those of you on YouTube. Please say hello. Also, subscribe to my channel, please, because I need like 15 more people to get 500. That's my goal. Oh, you're hoping so. That'd be nice to be able to get a clear cut payment. I know, you didn't have it that long. I think it was, what, at the end of the summer when you got it? Was not that long. Welcome in, everybody. We are waiting 10 minutes after the hour, or hey to the max, welcome in. Please subscribe to my channel. I'll sub with for yours. September 11th is when you bought it. A week before Christmas. Oh my gosh. That went by quick. Damn dear. Well, I'm glad you're okay though. Because that could have been dangerous. Definitely could have been dangerous, but thank you so much to the max. I'll subscribe to your channel as well. We'll begin in a couple of minutes. For those of you who are on YouTube, this is a children's literature hour. We just read children's literature book. I'm a children's literature author. This is just for the love of children's literature. It's for adults. As adults, we can all find lessons in children's literature. Hey Yule, welcome in. Algebra with a study block, theater appreciation, art and credit. That's going to be really fun. And a college prep class. Oh, you got some good classes. Algebra, when I first started taking algebra, I had it with this one guy. He had a very thick accent. I was like, and then I dropped it. And then there was this lady who was an adjunct. And she taught it so well. After that, I loved algebra. And I was like, why couldn't I get into it in high school? Just, you have to have the right teacher. Theater appreciation, you're gonna love that. I love theater appreciation. Especially when they make you go on field trips. And one other class I can't remember. Hey, Trump Blows Bubble, welcome in. That's a good, Avery Rose, that's a good combination to have because your one major class, the one you need to focus on is algebra. Theater appreciation, you're probably just doing a lot of like note taking, but they might give you some outdoor like activities to do and just kind of write a report on it. And then a college prep class, yeah, that's gonna be fun. And one other class. Yeah, that sounds like a really good schedule. Janelle Howell, welcome in. And then with technology today, there's really no need for us not to know how to do algebra. Tea tonight, Lola, we're drinking apple cinnamon with a vanilla base. Apple cinnamon with the vanilla base. I try to stay away from apple cinnamon just because it's kind of, you know, it's like a standard. But I thought, let me try it this time. Yeah, it does sound really good. It does sound really good. Welcome in, everybody. We're waiting 10 minutes after the hour or 20 people in the room. We're also streaming live on TikTok. We'll be good. It does sound good with a cookie. Well, that's funny. I might as well pour it now. While we are waiting. Tomorrow is Project Wednesday. We will be doing our first Valentine's Day craft tomorrow. If you look on the tree, you will see our craft. We're going to be using the Cricut. Santa got us a Cricut machine, a Cricut Joy Extra for Christmas. We're super excited. So we're going to be making Valentine's Day cards. You guys are going to get a white, well, let me describe the card and then we'll talk about the colors. So you're going to get a choice of a stencil pattern. This one, again, because it's the model, normally we can't see what the stencil is. But the stencil, you'll notice on the back, we have a heart, a solid heart. And then you'll see the stencil pattern. See that stencil pattern? I was debating between, I didn't have a lot of time, so I used spray glue. I think tomorrow we'll just use original glue, just because it'll keep the glitter out of the little sides there. But what we did is we got a couple of stencils, and we took the glitter, the paper, and we glittered them. This one has like a pink and silver shimmer in the back, and then you have the chunky glitter in the front. And then we just wrote a simple little message, Happy Valentine's Day. And then we can write something in the middle there. We did a hole punch, and now we have our little card art. Tomorrow what we're going to be able to do is we'll use different color construction paper. So you guys will get to choose the color of your writing, the cardstock paper color, and then what kind of glitter you want to use. I'll have the other patterns cut out by tomorrow. It's just with the Cricut. When you finally learn how to Cricut, you'll never go back. Let me stick it right here. A little Valentine's Day card. Oh, thank you so much, Avery Rose. There's a whole bunch of different stencils. So I got lost in the stencil. When you buy a Cricut machine, it comes with its own website. And so you can find all these different types of, they have all these different patterns of stenciling. And you click one stencil and you look at it, and then it gives you other suggestions, and then you just keep going and going and going. So I was like, I have to hurry up and do this art project before 7 o'clock. So I threw that one together really quick. So we'll have a different color of patterns, and then we'll have our little Valentine's Day card on the tree. Really excited about that. So that's tomorrow. Let's see what else is going on. It is Tuesday, 7/11. I think we can start reading. We got all new fresh titles today. We went back to the library, dropped off all of the Christmas stuff. turned in everything, and then we went looking for new books. I stopped by the library by my work, and they always have new fresh titles. They're like literally new fresh titles, like stuff that's been printed out recently, and it's recently nicely wrapped. So we got a couple of those books. We'll be reading that. But one thing we're going to do first is we are going to, hey, Prince Airflip, welcome in. We're going to start with tapping. If we can get to 10K per book, we can reach our goal of 40K. So what we're going to do is we're going to set the timer for 1 minute. And let's just tap, 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 tap away. Tap that screen. I'll help you guys out. We want to try to get to 10K before the end of the first book. And then we're going to just keep practicing, and then we're going to up. Each day we'll up the target for that. That way we can reach a higher goal, maybe up to 100K. I think January, maybe by February by the end of February, no, by the middle of February, Valentine's Day, we try 100K as the goal. Let's see if we can do it. Okay, 15 seconds to tap. In the meantime, we're gonna start with, where's the book at? Oh, I got in touch with Books and Babe. Books and Babe's doing really good. She hasn't been feeling good. We texted each other the other day. She said she hasn't been feeling good, but she will be trying to get back on pretty soon. We're going to start with Little Leaders, Bold Women, and Black History. We love good, iconic women in children's literature. All right. Today we're going to read about Mary Bowser, circa 1840, but we don't know when she died. She is known as the Civil War spy. Yeah, right. That's how we all know each other. Christina, welcome in. Or Kristen, 28 times 2, welcome in. We're doing, yeah, she's doing better. Call Claudette. We're doing Valentine's Day cards tomorrow that we're going to hang. Guys, look at that shimmer. Look at that shimmer. I want you guys to think about the colors that you want to use. We're using red, pink, and white. But we can also... oh, Amber, you do see? Oh, okay. We can also use purples and blues. Those are Valentine's Day colors. Very little is recorded about Mary's life. What we do know is that she was born into slavery in Richmond, Virginia around 1840. She was purchased by the wealthy Van Loo family as a companion for their daughter, Elizabeth. The Van Loos were no ordinary family in the South, though. They had a secret. They were Northern spies and abolitionists involved in the secret Underground Railroad. Prior to the Civil War, when Mary was a teen, Elizabeth granted her freedom and arranged for her to receive her education in Philadelphia. Mary wanted to assist the Van Lewis in their efforts against the Confederacy. At that time in the South, it was illegal for a black person to have an education or to even read. For that reason, no one would ever suspect Mary was a threat. As an enslaved person, she could hide in plain sight, so she agreed to go undercover as enslaved in Jefferson Davis's Confederate White House. While cleaning, she would steal glances at confidential memos, and while serving dinner, she would eavesdrop on conversations between Confederate officials. She passed information about the troop movements and army plans to Elizabeth, who passed them along to Union officials. Rumor has it that Mary had a photographic memory and was able to read a page once and recite it back word for word. After the war, Mary educated free slaves and traveled around the United States, giving speeches. For a long time, she was careful to conceal her true identity, using a variety of aliases. Eventually, she disappeared completely, but she is remembered. In 1995, she was inducted into the Military Intelligence Hall of Fame. And there is Mary Bowser, circa 1840. A lot of this very relevant today. I like what it says right here. I don't want to be political, but I'm going to be political. It says Jefferson Davis's Confederate White House. I think we can say that a lot today about today's administration and what kind of White House it is. And then everything going on with the ICE agents and all that stuff. Very relevant today. Little leaders, bold women in Black history. Bucks and bacon. Yeah, Mary Bowser was a baddie, definitely. Get them eyes on those documents, take a picture of it, and give us that information. All right, little leaders, bold women in Black history. Definitely a 10. An excellent way to start the live. You can always, even in children's literature, you can always find little nuggets of information that this is just like a springboard. Oh, I didn't know that. Let me look further into that. And let me go look on the internet about that. Let me go look on YouTube about that. Just little springboards to get you going. Christina, welcome back. How are you doing? What's going on? Yule 10, Amber 10, Trump blows Bubba 10. Oh, okay. Sounds good, Christina. We'll do Wild Faith 10. I definitely give this a 10. We always have to start the live with either an anthology or maybe some poetry. Something fun that will get our brains settled and relaxed. That way we can move forward with the other ones. Prince Hairflip 10. Oh, she has a new home. Oh, good. How are you feeling about it? How are you feeling about the people that adopted her? All right, let's set the timer for 1 minute. We're going to set the timer for 1 minute. We want to tap, tap, tap away. We're already at 10K. You guys are doing an amazing job. Thank you so much. Georgia Peach, welcome in. Oh, you don't know them? Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad she has a new home. My assistant over the holiday season, she had the same issue. She got a new dog, small dog, and somebody adopted the dog, and she's really happy with. It was my assistant, her husband, and the dog. But in this family, they've got 3 kids and then a whole bunch of pets. So that dog had a lot of energy, is the reason why she had to get rid of it. She's going to be by herself. Oh, okay, that's probably for the best. Cats sometimes do better when they're the king of they're the king of their crib. All right, 4 seconds left. Let's tap, tap, tap away. All right, and let's set our goal. Oh, we do have a goal left over from yesterday. These little dolphins, 10 out of 20. Okay, digging in to the stats, we're going to read some really good titles today. The Amazing Collection of Joey Cornell. Yesterday we read about, we've been reading about Amelia Bedelia. We read yesterday about, what was his name? Patrick Picklebottom. Amelia Bedelia. Oh, Billy Cody, welcome in. Billy Cody, I got the pictures. I didn't show them yesterday because you didn't show up yesterday. But we'll show them today. Then we read about Patrick Picklebottom. And then I found this one, The Amazing Collection of Joey Cornell. Let's see what Joey Cornell likes to collect. We love a green end page. Whitney, thank you so much for that. Joey Cornell collected everything. Anything that sparkled his imagination or delighted his eye. Sounds like he would fit right in perfectly with our group. If I like it, I keep it, Joey always said. I know, right, Prince Hairflip? Joey King. So here is Joey Cornell. Joey Cornell collected everything and anything that sparkled his imagination or delighted his eye. If I like it, I keep it. Looks like he found a horseshoe. He's gonna collect that. At first, he stowed his collection in his bedroom, but it grew and grew and grew. Joey Cornell, he's gonna be a professional hoarder. So he's got a wagon and all this stuff. Looks like he's found some pots and pans, paintbrushes, cups, glasses, a doll, a little chest there, some pencils. Dana, right? He's got some pink paint. Got a little lamp up here. He's in his bedroom. Love that wallpaper there in the background. Hey, Barbie, welcome in. We haven't seen you in a while. Welcome back. Joey gathered it together, packed it up, and moved it all out to the barn. His sisters made fun of him. Trash picker, said Betty. Pack rat, said Helen. Weird, said their mother, but wonderful. That was a good save, Mom. So there's the mom and the sisters. They're like, nah, you gotta take your stuff. Take your stuff out into the garage. Trash picker, and pack rat. Whenever Miss Cornell shopped in the city, she searched for objects to enrich or to enchant her son. A silver charm, a cork ball, a soap bauble, pipe. What will you do with him? She asked. Joey shrugged. Who knows? He added them to his collection. Aw, that's a good mom. Whenever Miss Cornell shopped in the city, she searched for objects to enchant her son. I'm sure some of that junk. I know, right, Tanya? Or you can find a really good, you could sell it on the internet. Somebody might like it. What is that saying? Someone's junk is somebody else's treasure. Joey's father brought home treasures too. Like a magician, he pulled them from coat sleeves and vest pockets. Odd-shaped pebbles, butterfly wings, sheet music to long-forgotten songs. Joey added these to his collection too. By the time Joey was 8, his collection looked like this. So there's the dad. Dad brings home a couple of things too. Odd-shaped pebbles, butterfly wings, sheet music. And then by the time Joey was 8, his collection looked like this. So he got a starfish, like a stone, a leaf, the butterfly, and a little doll head. That same year, his father brought home 2 tickets to see Harry Houdini. Tied with chains, locked in an iron box, Joey sat spellbound. Okay, so there's Harry Houdini. I really love this picture. This color in the background here with this deep red curtain color. And they're sitting here in the back, the dark theater, and there's the dad and Joey Cornell. It's a good picture. Really good picture there. Days later, in the junkyard, he spied a rusty iron safe. His scalp tingled, and goosebumps rose on his arm. Magical, he whispered. He dragged it home. What do you want that for? Asked Betty. Joey shrugged. Who knows? He added it to his collection. By the time Joey was 9, his collection looked like this. So he found this big safe. An iron safe, dragged it in. I don't know. 1 year later, this is what his collection looked like. He's got that big safe now in the back. That year, an old lady and her parrot moved into the neighborhood. Time and again, Joey gazed at the bird. One day, a single father drifted out of the cage. Oh, a single feather. One day, a single feather drifted out of the cage and into his hand. He heard the rustling of palm trees. He tasted sea salt on his lips. Exotic, he whispered. What will you do with that? Asked Helen. Who knows, Joey said. He carried the feather home and added it to his collection. By the time he was 11, Joey's collection looked like this. Carly, welcome in. Thank you so much for the follow. So there's the parrot. He got a blue feather. They're getting older. His collection getting bigger. There's the blue parrot feather from the parrot. The original pots and pans that he had found. His parents need to help him purge some of that stuff. Let's kind of look through these things and see what we don't need. That year, Joey discovered the universe. Sitting on the front steps, he peered into the night sky and made up stories about the stars for his sisters. Once upon a time, a ballerina danced on the head of a comet. Wandering, he spotted a battered telescope in the secondhand store. When he squinted into it, he saw moonbeams and flare stars, galaxies spinning in the darkness. Heavenly, he whispered. He carted the telescope home. What do you want to do with that? Asked Robert. Who knows, said Joey. He just added it to his collection. No, Prince Airflip, yeah, he's collected those things. I'm really interested to see what he does with all that stuff. So he gets a telescope. So he's seeing the night sky. So he gets it, brings it home. By the time he was 13, his collection looked like this. He needs a whole space now. There's his sisters. They're all just going along with him. It's a good picture. That year, his father grew pale and weak. He stopped going to work. He stopped getting out of bed. It was still dark the morning Joey awoke to the sound of hurrying feet and harsh coughing. He looked out his window just as his father was being rushed into an ambulance. Joey never saw his father again. Uh-oh. So Dad got really sick, went to the hospital, never came home. Isn't that a great picture? Look at those colors. Reds, sheets. Yeah, that went dark real quick, huh? But now we're starting to see what might happen to those things. Now the house felt cold and empty, and Joey lost himself in his collection, sifting, layering, mixing, making. Oh, how he wished his family could feel happy just for one afternoon. He looked down at what he'd done. A doll's head sprouting, butterfly wings, sheet music puffing from a soap bubble pipe. Joey shook his head in wonder. The objects looked as if they had always belonged to one another. They looked right together. They looked like art, he whispered. An idea sparkled, and Joey got to work. Oh, did it? Help me. Dynamite Mary? Yeah, no. It went dark real quick. So he's having a moment of reflection. Dad passed away, so he's just kind of looking at all his things. This is interesting. He's noticed that all of these things, even though they're all different, all kind of come together. You've got the duck with the feather, the bell, a block, the doll head, and now he's going to make something out of it. Art. Days later, Joey handed out tickets to his family. When they opened the barn door, they were astonished. Dozens of ordinary objects had assembled, assorted, arranged in a way that made them. Aw, look at how proud he is. So he took all his things, invited everybody in, his mom and his sisters. Yes, wow, Faith. Art is one of my coping skills to deal with the head. Yes. Heavenly, whispered Robert. Exotic, whispered Helen. Magical, whispered Betty. And wonderful, added their mother. She wrapped Joey in a hug. So he took all of that stuff and organized it. So there's the telescope. The safe that he found, he used it as a storage, the blocks. And then one of the tables that he found, he put all the knickknacks on top of that. And then his mom added, and she wrapped Joey in a hug. Aww. Celebrate your kids' quirky stuff. Then they all looked at Joey's amazing collection again and again and even again. It was dark before they left. Look at that gorgeous illustration. So they're in the barnyard there, and you've got this light coming up. And we love a good moon in children's literature. Always have to have a good moon in children's literature. Isn't that a great picture? That was when Joey noticed a ticket lying on the ground. He picked it up. If I like it, I keep it, he said, and he added it to his collection. Somebody left a ticket, and he continues. This story continues. Janelle, art and music are my favorite. Same here, Janelle. I love art. Anything that makes you think. The end. Let me see. There's an author's note with this. This story is about a boy who never stopped collecting. By the time Joseph Cornell was a grown-up living in Flushing, New York, with his aging mother and his brother, Robert, his collection looked like the photograph below to the left. Okay, so this is based on a real story here. So there's the collection of things. Shelves from the grown-up artist collection. So he made art out of those, out of all the stuff that he found. Interesting. Yeah, that was a really good story. Some objects had even followed him from childhood, including an iron safe, a battered telescope, and a handmade ticket admitting its bearer to his relic museum, all of which appear in this story. In later years, Joseph would call his collection a diary journal, picture gallery, museum, and clearinghouse for dreams and visions. Oh, interesting. So it's based on a true story. The end. When was it published? 2018. The Amazing Collection of Joey Cornell. Definitely a 10. We love a good story like this. Definitely a 10. All right, in the comment section, let's see what everybody's thinking. Dana, give that one a 10? Yeah, I give that one a 10 as well. Trump Blows Love a 10? Yeah. Janelle Howell 10? I agree. Ooh, we're at 28K, guys. Far exceeded our goal. Far exceeded our goal. Billy Cody 10, Christine 10 for sure, Yule 10, Wild Fate 10, 10 definitely for Prince Hairflip. Georgia Peach 7, Dynamite D 10. Let's go ahead and set the timer for 1 minute. Our goal tonight is going to be 40K. Yeah, the illustrations may be 9 to a 10. Yeah, Barbie. Amber UGC 10. I just like the little cat. The little, what do they call that, newspaper boy cat or something like that. All right, so let's go ahead and tap for 10 minutes. We are also going to look at pictures from Billy Cody. Billy Cody sent in some new pictures. Billy, let me get my cell phone. We got new pictures of little Dennis. New picture. Oh, there's our minute. Let's see. Oh, he's. Oh my gosh. Look at how big he is now. Guys, he's huge. He's grown so much. September, right? September 4th. Look at him. I know he's a long baby too. Oh my goodness. He is definitely getting lengthy. September 12th. Oh, so 4 months. Yesterday, September, October, November, December, January. Yeah. Oh my God, he's so cute. He's growing really fast, Billy Cody. Little Dennis. Thank you so much for this. Oh, wow. Look at, oh, thank you so much for reaching out, Bill. I really appreciate that. Yeah, he is going to be reading to us soon. Oh, is it Trumploso? That's fun. So, Billy Cody, he's already looking at, he's already in his little walker. Gosh, he's already ready for his walker and the little, he's already recognizing, able to look at things. So, yeah, look at that attention. He is, whatever that is, he's paying really close attention to it. There it is right there again. He's on the little feeder. Look at those little feet. Those red cheeks, too. Those little cheeks. Little Dennis. 4 months. And there he is on his little feeder. How cute. Oh, he's got his little chicken. Let me bring this up. Oh, here's the video. Wow. He's already getting ready to talk. Isn't that cute? The cutest thing. Oh, there's Billy Cody and Mom. Those little red cheeks. Aw, there's Mama and Baby. Mama and Baby. So cute. I love that sweater that you're wearing, Billy Cody. Looks so comfortable. You guys look very much alike. Looks like his mama. So cute. Oh, there's little Dennis. Look at that those football jammies. How cute, huh? Right in time for Super Bowl. That's a really cute blanket. Isn't that fun? The little pacifier. His little beanie. Ain't no cold getting in there, that's for sure. I think these last 2 are videos. Let me, oh wait. Cody. These last 2 are winding here, Billy Cody, so as soon as they come up, we'll show them. Magali, welcome in. Oh, Tanya, you missed that baby stage. I love it. All right. Let me grab some tea and then we'll look into the stacks. Oh, I saw this one. This one looks like it's recently published. I really appreciate it. And he's the best. Oh, I'm so happy, Billy Cody. Thank you so much, Barbie. I appreciate that. Ellie has a Secret by Amelia Booth. Looks like a big bird or a big like pterodactyl or something. And then there's Ellie. I have a toddler-saurus running around destroying my house. The Terrible Twos. It says Ellie has a secret, or does the secret have her? That's really good. We love a good mauve end page. I think this is a new book. Let's see when it was published. 2025, yeah. Ellie looked out the window at the falling rain. She was the only one who didn't groan when Miss Garrett announced that recess would be inside. Ellie loved indoor recess because it meant she could hunt for trinkets in the sandbox that sat at the back of the classroom. We love Ellie. She has a plan B. So Mrs. Garrett, the teacher, announced that it's rainy day schedule. We gotta stay inside today, guys. Rainy day schedule. And there she is, Ellie. All the kids are all bummed out, but not Ellie. She has her eye on that treasure chest right here. The sandbox. She really wants to know what's inside there. These are great illustrations. There were plastic gold pirate tokens and colorful marbles that rolled squiggles in the sand. Ellie dug through the box, letting the grains run through her fingers. She found treasure after treasure, but her favorite was a round, glossy seashell. It was a beautiful little thing, wonderfully smooth with a ridge along the opening that she ran her thumb across. Her trance was broken when the bell chimed. Recess was over. Yes, very cute illustrations. So that sandbox, she really loved playing with it. Hey Bree, welcome in. She really loved playing inside that sandbox. Lots of little treasures. Looks like the teacher would put like little trinkets inside the sand and the kids would have to find it. But her favorite thing was this little shell here. Wonderfully smooth with a ridge along the opening that she ran her thumb across. So she liked to do that. Her trance was broken when the bell chimed. Ellie had never taken something that wasn't hers before. She would never dream of it, but she couldn't leave the shell behind. I think we all understand that look. We all understand that look. We all understand what Ellie's going to try to do. She doesn't want to let go of that shell. Oh, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. That's amazing. What is that called? A candy bouquet. I love it. Without thinking, she dropped it into her pocket and lined up to go to lunch. Do that when my son is distracted so I can eat the rest of the food. Tanya, I love it. Usually, Ellie sat toward the middle of the table between her friends Sam and Ava. But today she sat at the very, very end so that she could admire her new treasure in secret. I'm kind of loving this book. So there's the kids. They're all getting ready to eat lunch. Normally she sits with the kids. Oh, you can't eat your food unless you're sharing it with them. You're going to have to do an Ellie. But she went to the corner there because she wanted to take that little trinket she found. And she wanted to admire it all on her own. She turned the dappled shell over in the palm of her hand, but when she peered into the ridged opening, I'm just going to show you guys this page. She turned the dappled shell over in the palm of her hand. But when she peered into the ridged opening, something was peering right back at her. Look at that. Hell no. I would throw that thing as far as I could. Look what was eating. Look what was looking right at her. Right, Tanya? This is so funny. I love these illustrations though. Top tier. Ever so slowly, the tiny creature wriggled from the shell. It looked up at Ellie with eyes as glossy as drops of black dew. No sooner had it emerged than it began to speak. Yes, very creepy. So look at it coming oozing out of that shell. Kids would really love this book. No sooner had it emerged than it began to speak. Ew. Let's look at it in detail though. What is it? It's like this little slithering thing. Why is it kind of cute though? It's got this little mop of hair along the back. And then the tail. It's got like a little dragon's eye. I know, right, Georgia? I am a secret. It hissed in a voice that sounded like dripping water. I am your secret. Ellie thought for a moment. Are you here because I took this shell? She added quietly. Her secret blinked up at her. A silent yes. Yeah, it does belong in Stranger Things. So there's Ellie. She says, oh, so the little thing is her secret. I am your secret. And then she said, are you here because I took this shell? And her secret blinked up at her. A silent yes. The secret squirmed through her fingers before settling on Ellie's shoulders. Its wrinkled skin felt slightly fuzzy against her neck, and she realized that the secret had already tripled in size. This is a page turner. So as soon as it came out of its shell, it started getting bigger and bigger and wrapping itself around her. And then look at this. Ellie glanced around the cafeteria. Can they see you? She asked. No, the secret purred. Just you. But understand that if you tell anyone about me, I'll have to leave. Ellie nodded and slipped the shell back into her pocket. So there's the eye. This is a really... right, Tanya? This is a really interesting picture. You've got this eye, and it's watching her. We get the perspective of the shell being put back in her pocket through his eye. They get large eventually, and you can't keep them anymore. Yes, Trump loves Bubba. Talk about art. Talk about art. The secret was quite enduring. Ellie was thrilled that it was hers, and hers alone. Very interesting. Lots going on here. There's the secret. Nobody else sees it. Nobody else knows it except for her. Look at the kids. So she's drawing a picture of the secret there. And then look at the little girl next to her. She's like, what? She really is getting punted. She is Georgia Peach, right? All day, the shell sat in Ellie's pocket. All day, she didn't tell Miss Garrett or Sam or Ava about her secret. So she's just having fun with that secret. All day, she didn't tell Miss Garrett or Sam or Ava about the secret. The secret's getting bigger. She's got a goldfish. And all day, the secret grew. Kept getting bigger. And grew. There she is. I like how they do this, how they show the length. She's lying on that. She's taking a nap in class. And grew. So they're on the bus. Guys, look at these illustrations. These are amazing. Look at the kids in the back. Aren't those pretty pictures? You got the little boy in the back there, the back seat. And then there's her her secret. It's getting bigger. Ellie's secret was starting to weigh on her. Yeah, Trumpless Velvet. Isn't this a great book? Best behaved bus I've ever saw. I know, right? So it's a rainy day, and there's Ellie. Ellie's secret was starting to weigh on her. And look at the secret. He's just like dead weight. He's not trying to help Ellie at all. He's just like weighing on her. When she got home, Ellie found that she couldn't even enjoy admiring her shell. So she hid it under the bed. She could feel the secret's hot breath on her neck. Well, she's going to hide that shell. At dinner, she could barely eat. She's trying to hold that secret in. I love this. This is such a good book. That night, Ellie hardly slept a wink. She hardly slept a wink. Look at how big that monster is. And you always have to have a good moon in children's literature. When she woke up the next morning, the secret was still lurking in her room. It followed her downstairs. The cat, the orange cat. Magali, this is a really good book, huh? I'm definitely gonna have to buy this. Really a good book. So look at how big the secret is. She can barely get out of her room. Ellie's secret stared at her from across the breakfast table. She never knew that keeping a secret would be so miserable. She'd had enough. Look at those pictures. Very compelling. Look at how she sees her reflection in the eye of the secret. She's like, I do not like what I see. Ellie knew what to do. Mom, I have something to show you, she said. Ellie grabbed the shell from under her bed. I stole this shell from Miss Garrett's sandbox. Ellie said bravely. I want to give it back. Aw. So that secret weighed on her. Here comes the secret. And so she finally told her mom that she stole that shell. This is a really good book. Oh my God. As soon as the words left her mouth, she felt the weight of her secret lift off her shoulders. Thank you for telling me, honey. Are you feeling better now? Her mom asked gently. Yes, Ellie sighed, relieved. Oh. So there's the secret, still trying to get a hold of Ellie. Look at that picture, isn't that sweet? Those illustrations, look at those lines. Lines. Ellie glanced behind her, just in time to see her secret slink out the door. There went the secret. The end. Ellie has a secret. This is, I bet you anything we're going to be hearing that this is going to win some type of award. Quick, someone send copies of this to the whole government. Trump loves Bubba, right? Everybody send a copy to the White House. Ellie has a secret. Definitely, I definitely keep an eye on this author too. By Amelia Booth. Let's see who this girl is. She's the illustrator and the author. She's from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The idea for her debut book comes from a moment in her own childhood where she remembers swiping a seashell from her classroom and bringing it home, only to find herself overwhelmed with guilt by the end of the day. Her love of illustrating whimsical beasts led her to tell this story with a fantastical twist. Amelia graduated from the Maryland Institute of College of Arts. Definitely, we're gonna definitely look into this author. This is her debut book. Definitely gonna look into this. Gonna keep an eye on her. Up and coming. Georgia Peach, definitely a 10. I agree. Trumbull Rubba, 1,000 out of 10. Lisa Marie, 10 out of 10. Janelle Howell, 11. I agree. This is up there with The Hair-Shaped Hole. It's a really good book. I love that library always stocks it with new books. All right, in the comment section, let's see what everybody's thinking. Okay, so everybody gave it lots of 10s. Wild Faith, yeah, that one's a good one. Amber UGC, 10. Wild Faith, 10. We started the live with Little Leaders, Bold Women in Black History, Magali, 10. We followed that up with The Amazing Collection of Joey Cornell. And we just finished Ellie Has a Secret. You guys are getting really good titles tonight. Really good titles. 10 out of 10 titles. All right, let's set the timer for 1 minute. We're going to set the timer for 1 minute. Yeah, really good ones. So far, we're at 54. Oh my gosh, you guys far exceeded the goal. You guys are doing a fantastic job tonight. You guys are doing a really good job tonight. And we're only 2 titles in. That first one, we're not going to count it because it's just like poems and stuff. But you guys are getting really good titles. Hey, Jake Daniels, welcome in. And we're at 55K. You guys are doing an amazing job. All right. Let's look back into the stacks and see what we can find. Let's see if that one's going to kind of be hard to top. But here's another new one that I saw, and it's Valentine's Day adjacent. It has to do with love, but this one's called I Love You. It's by Danica McKellar, New York Times best-selling author. This too is a new one, probably published this year. $20.25. Great pictures. Oh, thank you so much for achieving that goal. I really appreciate that. I Love You 100. A counting book full of love. Oh, this one's going to count to 100. I Love You. I Love You Too. Oh, this is a good book. Good way to start. Love that blue combination of colors. It's major blues with some browns and greens mixed in. Two like also. I'm going to show you the picture so you can see. So two like also. Well, I Love You 3. I Love You 4. I Love You More. This is a cute book. This would be a really cute book for a mom and a son to read together. I Love You 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I love you when we all sail our ships and mud gets on our fingertips. Splash. Try counting all 10 fingers. This is a cute book. I Love You. I'm not going to count the numbers. We're going to be here forever. I Love You High. And underneath, peekaboo, I love you when you're brushing your teeth. Billy Cody, this would be a good book for you and little Dennis to read. Yay! Thank you so much for that, Big Dennis. I appreciate it. I love you when you hold my hand and we make footprints in the sand. Try counting all 30 footprints. Whee! Also, and it gives you opportunities to count. I love you when it's nap time, sleep. 40 winks and a little sheep. So lots of opportunities to count things. You can count the stars on the pillow, the buttons. You can count the sheep and the little hearts here. Try counting all 40 sheep. The little bird right there. This is a cute book. Very interactive. I love you when you work and play. You're getting smarter every day. All the things that you have to learn. The 50 United States. Try counting all 50 U.S. states. Gosh, a lot of information in this book. I love you when you play online, but just an hour, read the sign. I love you when you play online, but just an hour, read the sign. Only 1 hour, 60 minutes per day for video games. The iPad. Very sweet. Tick tock, tick tock. Of course, I love you when you're mad. I hug you extra when you're sad. Oh. Try counting all 70 raindrops on the window. Damn, there's 70. Gotta find 70 of those? Great. I hug you extra when you're sad. Oh, snip, snip. I love you when you make a mess. We'll clean it up. No need for stress. Uh-oh. Try counting all 80 beads. So I guess there's 100 hearts on each page, and you have to count them each time. I love you when you're racing cars, and when we're quiet, counting stars. That's very cute, racing cars. Try counting all 90 stars. Thank you so much, Jake Downs, for that. I really appreciate that. So they're almost there to 100. So sweet. And they finally get to 100. And look at that great picture. Purples, blues, reds, oranges. Definitely Valentine's Day. Really, Mommy? You love me 100? There's no number that could measure all the love I have for you. Count on with this certainty. I love you to infinity. Aww! We finally got to 100 stars. Hearts. Oh, this is a really good book. You got a hundreds chart. It is very sweet. You have kids and you want to teach them how to count. Oh, this is very sweet. Danica McKellar. Good story. Definitely a 10. Definitely 100. Guys, really good titles tonight. Really good titles. Let's do a review. Let's see what you guys have read today. We started with Little Leaders, Bold Women in Black History, 1. Trump Blows Bubba, 10, definitely. The amazing collection of Joey Cornell. Definitely gonna get this one. Joey Cornell. Ellie has a secret. Definitely. Jake Daniels a 10. Tanya 10. And then I Love You to 100. Let's see what everybody's thinking. I'm going to have to say all three so far. I'm going to have to say all three, although this one is really good. This is really good. I'm going to take this to work tomorrow to show my teacher friends. I'm sure they would love it. All right, in the comment section, let's see what everybody's thinking. Tanya, you like I Love You to 100? Tanya, that would be good for you and your son as well. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to leave you out on that one. You and your son as well. He probably is old enough to receive it too. Janelle Howell too. All right, let's set the timer for 1 minute. Let's tap, tap, tap for 1 minute. We want to get to, we've already far exceeded our goal. Our goal tonight was 40K. You guys are already at 63K. Amazing job. No worries, he would just rip the book. Got to take that into consideration too, right? I love it. All right, so 163K. You guys are doing a fantastic job. Let's set ourselves up with a new goal. Let's see if we can do. What do we got? What do we got? Let's see if we got anything cheap here. Oh, thank you so much for that hand heart. I really appreciate that. Jake Daniels, is very nice of you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Thank you. Let's do this high bear here. 50 of those. Yay! Thank you so much, Jake Daniels. I really appreciate that. Okay, we got a new goal up. Let's turn this on. You guys are doing a fantastic job tonight for a Tuesday night. Okay, let's look back into the stacks. You guys, let's do this one. This one's a Valentine's Day one. This is a Valentine's Day. Oh no, let's do this one. Valentine's Day adjacent. Love in the library. Love in the library. Look at this end page. Isn't that a great end page? These lives are my favorite. Thank you so much, Trumbull Elizabeth. I really appreciate that. I'm glad that it brings people joy. Tama did not like the desert. She brushed the dust from her eyes as she walked to the library. The barbed wire fences and guard towers cast long shadows over her path. She always did her best not to look at the guards. Yeah, this one took a turn right away. We went from love in the library to she didn't like living in the desert. Hey, Rich, thank you so much, Rich. Emily, welcome in. So she would walk through the desert. It says, Tamara did not like the desert. She brushed the dust from her eyes as she walked to the library. The barbed wire fences and guard towers cast long shadows over her path. She always did her best not to look at the guards. Yeah, that got dark right away. I trust you. I love it. Tamara had taken the job in the library because she liked books. She didn't know how to be a librarian, but that didn't matter. In the camps, people did the jobs that needed doing, and that was that. So she loved being in the library. She didn't know how to be a librarian, but she loved how to read. Good morning, Tama, a voice boomed. It was George. Like every other day, George was waiting at the door for Tama with the stack of books he'd checked out only the day before. Good morning, George, Tama replied. He waited for her to unlock the library, and then he followed her inside. I know, right? Not the camps. Tama and George had been in Minidoka for a year already. She should have graduated college the previous summer, but instead, Tamara was here. All the Japanese Americans from the West Coast were in prison camps like Minidoka. Elderly people, children, and babies. Oh my gosh. It didn't matter who you were, just what you were. And being Japanese American then was treated like a crime. And though each camp was different, they were all the same, uncomfortable and unjust. Okay, so this has to do with the Japanese encampments in the West Coast. Minidoka. It's the first time I've heard of this. In the summer, it was brutally hot. In the winter, it was brutally cold. Rain in the fall and spring left mud around the latrines they all needed to use. Whole families shared single rooms. No one had any privacy. Who's ever's at the Fontana Library, guys, we've been getting really good, very up-to-date titles. Whoever's at this Fontana Library, they're doing their research. Because this book was up at the front of the library where they have all the books posted, like the children's book area. Not in the shelves, but displayed. So, whole families shared single rooms, and no one had any privacy. Yeah, Trump was gone. Oh, they made a movie out of this one, David? Tama did not know when she would leave Minidoka, if she ever would. But there was nothing to be done about that. So she worked in the library and watched as each day passed her by. Some days, many people would come to the library and borrow something to read. Other days, especially when it snowed, hardly anyone would brave the cold just for a book. But most days were the same. Tama kept her eyes down and tried not to think about the life she used to have. So, this is very similar. I noticed over Christmas break that even though it was Christmas, we were kind of just going, well, I'm going to speak for myself. Even if it was Christmas, I just kind of felt like I was going through the motions. Like there was a lot going on around me. And I just kind of like kept my head in a book. And I almost feel very similar for this Tama. There's a lot going on around her, but she's losing herself in the books. Other days, especially when it snowed, hardly anyone brave would brave the cold just for a book. But most days were the same. Tama kept her eyes down and tried not to think about the life she used to have. This is really hitting home. There was a word that described this. Tama knew. Constant. So there was a word that described how she was feeling. Constant. Constant questions, constant worries, and constant fears. But then there was also George. George and his big smile were constant. Lucky Tama. She's going through a hard time, but she's finding love. Christmas was different this year because my husband was almost here to celebrate. Oh, well, yeah. And the books were constant company, which was nice. Tama loved books. Caught in her pages were worlds bursting with color and light, love and fairness. Pressed between their covers were words that planted seeds in the garden of Tama's mind. How magical that, even in Minidoka, such a small little library could fit so much inside its 4 walls. Look at how pretty that picture is. So even though there was a lot going on around her, Tama loved books. Caught in their pages were worlds bustling with color and light, love and fairness. Something that we all need today. Hey, Pro Brandon. Pro Brandon, this is my show. I love you, but we need to mute you for a bit because we ain't here for that. When you go to the library and collect your books and set everything up, then you can offer that. But for now, no. Tama kept a word for that too, nestled close to her heart. Miraculous, she whispered. Tama. What was that? Asked George. His voice was so big it barely fit in the library. Tama blushed. Then she held up her finger to remind him of the rules. They were in the library after all. George just went on grinning at her. Thank you so much, Jake Daniels, for those. I really appreciate that. So he would come and he would visit her. So much fun. Tama wanted to smile back. She tried to focus on the things that made her smile. The boys outside, hollering and cheering as they played baseball, the books themselves and the smell of their pages. But she could not make herself smile. She sighed. Jake Daniels, thank you so much for reaching that goal. Really appreciate you. Thank you. So there's Tama and there's the boys outside playing baseball. Having a good time. What's wrong? George asked. Nothing, or everything, Tama said. She did not need to tell him what she meant. He knew. Everyone in Minidoka knew. I try not to complain. I know this isn't fair, but I also know there is nothing to be done. I try not to be afraid, but I am just so. But she could not think of any word that was right. She was scared and sad and confused and frustrated and lonely and hopeful. Maybe there was no word that fit. Maybe, for the first time in her life, there was no single word she could hold in her heart to help her understand. And that thought was so sad to Tama, so upsetting, that she felt the hot prickle of tears behind her eyes. Very interesting. This is deep. Hey, George said, and for once his voice was small and soft. There's a word for that, you know. There is? Hope bubbled big and bold in Tama's heart. Human, George said. Aw, and then look at he's touching her hand. He smiled his big smile, and Tama smiled back. She wiped her eyes. She held the word close to her heart and felt less alone than she had only a moment before. Jake Daniels, right? We are in our tenderness era. We are in our tenderness and soft era right now. You can't possibly be reading all of those books you checked out, she said. No, he replied. Do you see how long they are? I'm only human, you know. So then, why come every day? She laughed. But George was not laughing. And then for the first time, she saw him. Really saw George and saw what he held close to his heart. It was her, Tama. Aww! This is such a good book. I want to cry. I want my own George. Is that his name? Yeah, George. They were married, Tama and George, and their first son was born in Minidoka. They hoped for the best. Their love for the family they made was constant, even if the injustice their family was created within was constant too. Guys, that's deep. Right, Trump Blows Bubba? So, let's reread that again. It said, they were married, Tama and George, and their first son was born in Minidoka. They hoped for the best. Their love for the family they made was constant, even if the injustice their family was created within was constant too. So you have these two balances. Trump blows well, yes. I guess it shows there's hope even in the darkest time. You guys are good. titles tonight. I'm blown away. I'm blown away. To fall in love is already a gift, but to fall in love in a place like Minidoka, a place built to make people feel like they weren't human, that was miraculous. That was human doing what humans do best. Wow. I'm going to go talk to the manager at the library and tell her, you did a really good job with these books. The miracle is in us, Tama wrote in her journal, as long as we believe in change, in beauty, and in hope. That miracle is hard to find sometimes, but it is in all of us. The end. So let's read what, yeah, Trumpos love me too. Author's note, this is a true story, mostly. George and Tama are my maternal grandparents. They had 5 children, including my mother. They truly did meet in Minidoka, a Japanese incarceration camp in Idaho. Wow, that's fascinating. Tama was the camp librarian. Their first son, Floyd, was born there, but the dialogue is imagined, saved for one line. The miracle is in all of us. Those are Tama's exact words taken from her journal. After the nation of Japan attacked Pearl Harbor in 1941, Franklin Roosevelt signed Executive Order 9066, which caused citizens of Japanese ancestry on the West Coast to be relocated. This was tidy language used to obfuscate the truth that American citizens were to be wrongly imprisoned for the crime of being Japanese. The 120,000 Japanese Americans who were incarcerated lost their jobs, their homes, their educations, and their possessions. They had to go on short notice to relocation centers and then incarceration camps with only what they could carry. Family heirlooms, cherished belongings, pets, so much was left behind by necessity. They might need food, tools, and clothes. They didn't know. They weren't told, and so they left their lives behind. Wow. Trump blows Bubba. Oh my God, thank you so much for that, Jake Daniels. I really appreciate that. Yay, future encounter. I love it. Yeah, guys, we need to talk to the manager at the library. When we turn these in, we're gonna tell her that your books, the books you've been choosing are very relevant. Little did we know in children's literature, right? Little did we know in children's literature we would find exactly the same thing happening today. Along with our little leaders, bold women in Black history, our girl here, who did we read about? Mary Bowser, a spy during the Civil War. Yes, Bree, that one and the one about the lie too. I agree. Okay, in the comment section, let's see what everybody's thinking. Definitely all of them. I don't think there was one exactly that was any. Maybe Joey could be like the third or fourth one because those other ones are really good. All right, let's set the timer for 1 minute. We're gonna tap, tap, tap away for 1 minute. Trouble is, well, that one's your favorite fellow by Ellie. I agree. Those are very strong titles. Children's literature books, sometimes, we overlook them because we think, oh, it's just children's literature, but where do you get gorgeous art? Where do you get gorgeous art? Where do you get history, relevant history, and learning how to count the basics to 100? Children's literature. Children's literature. All right, friends, thank you guys so much. You guys did a fantastic job today with your taps. I love the very real lessons in children's literature. Yeah, Trumbull, but really good lessons tonight. Yeah, Jake Daniels, and everybody who gave me those gifts. Thank you guys so much. That goes into our live coffers. We need to refill the coffers because we spent all the monies out of our coffers during the holidays using for the supplies that we bought. That Cricut that I got, some of that money was used for the Cricut machine, but you guys did a fantastic job with that, though. Alrighty, if you're on the East Coast and you're getting ready for bed, have yourselves a good night. If you're going to stay up with us, we'll be back on again in about 30 minutes, 35 minutes. Everyone have a good night, and we will see you in a bit.